Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's the Parent Entrepreneurs here. So today's series we're gonna be talking about investing with Mac. So we'll be continuing on that series. So if you guys have not watched the previous video, I highly suggest you guys go watch it now because it's so important. It's all gonna make sense. So please go watch it now. So what I do is I'll be focusing on high risk investment account and or trading specifically on penny stock. So as a disclaimer, I am not a professional financial advisor, and if you're looking for somebody who's an expert or somebody who's very professional, I highly suggest you guys seek a professional financial advisor. So for this video, it's all for educational purposes only. So if that all makes sense, let's get started. Alright, what we're going to be talking about today is 4 bullish candlestick pattern that I want you guys to recognize, because this is so important when you start trading or when you are trading. So the first pattern that I want you guys to know is it's called Supernova. Supernova, guys. So what that is, it's an explosion of the stock price that creates different opportunities for bullish traders when the stock is going up, and it creates opportunities for bearish traders when the stock is going down. So I'll show you a pictures later on of the stock price or stock that I was looking at, and when it went like up then down significantly in a very short amount of time. So normally this pattern happens in weeks, months, then eventually it will fade into oblivion. So you're just like, the stock will just like boop boop, then basically just teeters off just like that, right? So all I wanted to say is this is where I made most of my money, and I remember seeing this pattern and I was shocked how fast my account grew because of this specific pattern. So why does this pattern occur? So it occurs because it can be triggered by pretty much anything, so including newsletters, world events, paid promotion, message board hype. So this could be like going into a bull board and you'll see a lot of paid promotion or paid people that are, hyping the specific stock. So those are the things that I've seen in the past that hype the specific stock that I was in. So also another one is company news. So if you have a company news that's really big, then normally the stock starts to rally. So if you see this kind of pattern, and all you need to know if you see this pattern is there's a huge opportunity on the horizon. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Alright guys, so I'll show you guys a photo here when I jumped into a cannabis stock when it showed a supernova pattern. So it's called PLGB, and what they were investing in before was actually in potash. Then after that they moved over to the cannabis space, and this is where it really took off, because at the time it was trading at 2 cents, then it gradually went to like 6 cents, then from 6 cents it went to all the way to, I believe, all-time high of 37 cents. So shot up or exploded to 37 cents. Then eventually it started going down because people are profit taking and also short selling it, right? Then after that, when the people saw it coming down, then eventually it just kind of like teared off. Then it just pretty much stagnant, right? So the only way to get this stock to pick up again is basically big news or another hype that can help the stock go up again. But right now it's just hovering at like 3 cents or 4 cents, so it's not doing anything right now. So hopefully if you guys see this supernova pattern, you make money going up, then you cash out right away, because if you do, your account is gonna blow up, and you're gonna be amazed. Alright guys, so the second pattern that I wanted to talk about it's called the stair stepper. So this is an interesting pattern. This stock that gradually just rises and falls in price, where the chart actually resembles a staircase going up or down. I've seen this pattern before and I played it in short term, but the pattern can prolong to maybe even months or years, but eventually you'll just see the stock just come up then down a little bit, then come up then come down a little bit. So usually I play this pattern because that the stock is gonna go up eventually. Then a lot of people maybe even just scrape or scalp it just to make a little bit of money, because they know that okay, if it goes up this amount of share price, then they can take out the profits, and it goes down again, then they buy in, then etc, right? So usually that's how it works for the staircase pattern. So why does this pattern occur? So bullish traders look at this pattern when to buy into each staircase step up, and short sellers look at the shorting the stocks into each stair down. So hopefully that all makes sense, because if it does, it all gonna make sense. So I'll show you guys a visual representation of what it looks like. So I'll show you guys a photo here of Supreme Cannabis, of the stock that I traded, or it's also called FIRE, so the symbol for it. But eventually what happens in the few years that I seen this stock is it just gradually goes up in price, then comes down, goes up in price, then comes down, just like a staircase, right? So it's basically, it resembles a staircase where it just goes up, down, then eventually it just gradually goes up. But the number one thing that you got to be careful when you see this pattern is that maybe you'll see a steep going down, and that's when basically a lot of people are taking their profits or short selling the stock. So hopefully that makes sense, that photo there, and if it does, great, because you'll probably see this in your trading career. All right, let's go to the next one. So the third pattern that I wanted to talk about is the cup and handle. So this is very common pattern that many traders use. So I seen this used in hourly or 4-hourly candlestick, and basically this pattern resembles a cup with a handle, where the cup is in the shape of a U and the handle has a slight downward drift, so it kind of like goes down a little bit. Then usually this stock rallies after the slight downward drift. So like when it goes like this, it looks like it's gonna go down, right? But eventually it just like kind of goes up, then it just like skyrockets afterward. So I'll show you guys a photo of that later on. But why does this pattern occur? So as this is quite a common indicator, so the pattern becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy as traders confirms the pattern, and then eventually volume starts to pick up, and the stock eventually just skyrockets, right? Because a lot of traders use this indicator and they see this like, okay, it's a downward drift, but there's a confirmation that it's gonna go up again. Then eventually everybody starts to just buy in, then the stock just skyrocket. All right, guys, so I'll show you guys a photo here of ACB, or Aurora Cannabis, when I traded this company. So basically what happened was, you'll see here that the cup goes down kind of like a U shape, then the handle goes down like a downward shift, right? Then a drift, it goes down a little bit like that, then eventually it just kind of like teeters off a little bit, then it just skyrocket afterwards. So usually I see this in a 1-hourly or 4-hourly candlestick, then eventually it's like a confirmation that this looks like a cup and handle pattern. Then eventually people just starts to buy in, then it just skyrockets the stock price, right? So hopefully that makes sense. If not, please let me know. All right, guys, so the fourth pattern that I wanted to talk about it's called Blue Sky Breakout. So I love this pattern because it usually turns into a supernova. So this is basically an upside trend that passes the all-time high price. So this can go on for days, weeks, or even months, that the stock just keeps going up and up and up, and you're just like, yes, I'm making a lot of money. So but anyway, why does this pattern occur? So this usually occurs because traders knows that the stock is rallying and it's in its uncharted territory, because it's the all-time high, it passed the all-time high, just keeps going and keeps going, and all-time highs every day seems like, right? So that's what it usually means. People have the bullish kind of mindset that this stock is just gonna keep going up. So I'll show you guys a photo here of what it looks like in the cannabis stock that I traded in. It's basically the biggest cannabis company in the space right now in Canada. So it's called the Canopy Growth Corporation, also called WEED. So eventually this pattern, it was freaking amazing when I saw it. What happened was, it was hovering $2, $3 in some few years, then eventually it went up a little bit, then did a little bit of cup and handle there, then eventually once it passed the all-time high, I'll show you guys a photo here of when it passed the all-time high, then it basically just went from, I think, let's see here, it went from like $7 something. Then once it passed that $7 mark, it just like skyrocketed in a few months, then all the way to like $20. And eventually from there, it did another blue sky breakout at the time, then hit to like $70 a share. So it was amazing to see, and learning this pattern will help you gather and become a better trader. Alright guys, so those are the 4 patterns that I have seen prominently when trading, and I guarantee that you're gonna see something similar to that when you're also trading. And for the upcoming video, I'm gonna be talking about bearish candlestick or bearish pattern, so that you guys get familiarized with it, and if you guys do, you guys know when to step in and when to stay out, because once you know the bullish pattern and bearish pattern, then eventually you just start to realize that, okay, I'm gonna stay away in this trade, or okay, I'm gonna step in and make money, right? Because eventually that's what you want to do, is you want to make money when coming into a trade, and you just got to be very systematic. And if you have a system in place, then you're gonna be very well off, because what I said before, that 90% of traders lose. And if you want to be the 10%, then you got to work hard, and you got to learn all these patterns and take the emotion out of your decisions. So what we're gonna do next week is, we're gonna be talking about the bearish pattern. And if you guys have any questions, comment down below or direct message us. And hopefully this was an informative video. All right, take care, have a great day.